Good evening. Do you mind if I sit here? Oh, don't. Oh my God, it's you. No. No way. Wow. God, how long has it been now? Yeah, that actually sounds about right. I'm getting old. um, uh, I mean, I know it's been a while, but if it's not too awkward, could I sit down? We could maybe talk about, you know, I don't know, stuff, history, what our lives have been like. Thank you. I was getting a bit tired standing. And you know your company is marvelous, so that's also good. Hi. Wow, you look incredible. What the hell are the chances of us meeting on the train like this? That's insane. I didn't even know you were in the country. I thought you're going there. So am I. No, literally, we're going to the same place. Yep. Heading to the festival too. We're going to the same place for the same reason. What the hell? That's insane. Kismet, I think they call that in posh circles, don't they? Or yeah, serendipity. That's another good word that doesn't mean the same thing at all, but it's another explanation. Well, I mean explanation. A way to describe it. So, where are you living now? Wow. That's certainly nearer than you were. No, I'm yeah, still down there, city by the sea. As always, never really got it together enough to move on and, you know, follow those dreams that I had with you when I was with you. Honestly, you were the one who gave me the dreams. But just being with you made me want to do things. You made me excited and young, and this is getting weird already, isn't it? Blast. So, I. Yeah, I just haven't really travelled anything like as much as I used to. I never should have stopped, really. Or at least maybe I should have settled down somewhere different rather than run. What are you doing these days? Okay. Wow. Like professionally. That is so cool. You always were so cool. No, honestly I envy you. And well, I mean, I know. But, I mean, I very rarely pay attention to social media, I confess. I mean, Facebook just became that horrible pit of misinformation, and well, don't get me started on Twitter. Even before Elon Twat took over, it was not a very happy place. LinkedIn, yeah, that's a professional one, isn't it? That's where you have to sort of at least be reasonably polite, I suppose, isn't it? maybe I should. No, again, I'm not going to. I'm not really going to do social media again. I don't think. But that's amazing, really it is. And are you living with your partner or your husband? Maybe just roommates. You, well, I mean, so am I. tried to settle down for a while with a woman, but I was, yeah, I guess. Have you ever made a mistake and then something vaguely nice has happened a little while later that wouldn't have happened if you hadn't made the mistake, and then you just sort of put everything into that little thing in the hopes that it will be good enough to justify the mistake? Well, that is a perfectly phrased and not at all convoluted metaphor for my last relationship. All 3 years of it, yep. We almost got a little dog together, so I guess that's thankful we didn't have to, separate that out, etc. What was the mistake? Yeah, that's not really relevant. Not interesting at all. What act are you most looking forward to seeing? Or are you? Shoot, I mean, are you performing at the festival? Okay, yeah. No. I think my days for that are long gone. But it's it's gonna be fun. I mean, half the reason I go is because so many people I know always go each year. But I mean, yeah, to have someone else I know there, another person I know, someone I like. I mean, someone I like my other friends as well, obviously, but I don't like them like it will be good to see you when we're there. Yeah. Wow. Where's that buffet car? I could do with a drink. There isn't one. Right. Brilliantly. Closed down for the whole journey. Cool. Well, that's all right. I have a chocolate biscuit that should last me if I ration it well. I mean, this probably happens all the time now, but it was surprised me when I first heard of it that someone was on a train that had no buffer car and was going for a long way, and they knew they were going to have like a 10-minute break at York, so they phoned a takeaway, a curry house there, and got them to deliver the curry to the train. Told them this is the exact car we're in. This is the door, and yeah, when they pulled it, he was there. Maybe but that's a. It's funny that it worked out. I always thought maybe people do that a lot now. I'm just filling space, really, aren't I? I always did, didn't I? I could never know when to be quiet and stop talking and just let you. Just let us be. Always fiddling around and trying to make sure everything was okay. Always trying to make sure nothing was wrong. Always paranoid that I'd made a mistake. Yeah. Couldn't just allow things to be. I'd like to say I'm getting better, but I'm not sure I am really, as this conversation can tell. I'm just, blathering on, avoiding the obvious, trying to brush the elephant in the room under the carpet, only he can't, because all the skeletons in the closet have already fallen on top of. I'm mixing metaphors like a mother fudger, aren't I? um, it's so lovely to see you, you know. I honestly never thought I would see you again in person. I'm so sorry. That's. I'm sorry. I'm just. Oh, God. I broke your heart. And. I know that, you know, we made things amicable, and you were the mistake. Not you, leaving you, going home and not staying there with you, not carrying on with the adventures, chickening out and taking the safe option. That was the mistake that I've been trying to correct my whole damn life ever since. And I hurt you, and I ruined myself. I don't know if I was just too stubborn to turn around, or as soon as I'd realised what I'd done, or just too scared to rock the boat. Always needing everything to be in control, you know, that's part of the babbling, I guess. It's just trying to be in control of the conversation by constantly spewing out nonsense. I'm sorry, this is the weirdest thing to be telling someone on a train. This is not what you need to hear right now. The last thing you would have wanted when you took this train would be to bump into some old flame and to have him dump his trauma, self-imposed trauma, on you like this. This must be so damn awkward. I know it's awkward for me. It must be so much more awkward for you. Because you were the one. That's obvious to me now. It wasn't until my last relationship really was starting to break apart, and I started talking to a counsellor, and we talked a lot about love, and he said, you know, what is love? What feels like love? And I wasn't sure I knew. And I searched sort of my feelings for a long time, and for a time I've ever genuinely felt in love, and I just thought of us sitting in that little flat by the beach, not talking, just being silent, or just, you know, doing our own thing, but feeling so at ease. I know it didn't last a lot sometimes, because I was always so nervous with other things, but those moments, that, to me, that's love. That's the closest to love I've ever felt, and it was with you, and I've only ever had that with you, and I think you are the only person I've ever really loved in that way. So I'm just gonna go to another carriage and just cry in embarrassment for the rest of the journey, I think. So I'm sorry. Okay, I won't go. I would love that. Yeah, we could just sit quietly and do our own thing now, together, I guess. One way to shut me up. What do you mean? See if it's still there. Really? After what happened, do you still feel something? No, I'm not crying. I'm just clearing the water from my eyes by blinking. Shut up. No, I spent 5 years imagining something like this happening. Okay, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. You're right. Let's spend time together, and I would love to hang out with you at the festival. I would love to hang out with you now. I would love to. Yeah. I would love to learn to love you again, if that's an option. Cool. Good evening, darling. I hope you enjoyed this romantic audio experience. Please don't forget to like, comment, share the video, and, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you want to hear more of this sort of material, please consider joining my Patreon community, where you'll have early access to future releases and exclusive content. To discover everything I do, visit goodeveningdarling.com.